Scrap wasn't no snitch. It was his damn mama. I gotta accept that loss, and I gotta move the fuck on. Could you do that? Huh? Could you carry that? Because that's the job. That's what I do. Because if I don't do that, y'all don't eat.
So this was Raq admitting the mistake with Scrappy. And one thing Raising Kanan will always guarantee is great scenes between Lou and Raq, because the relationship is complex in so many ways. It involves chess moves made by Raq to control Bulletproof Records, by having Lou take out Crown, to Lou's headspace being in music, which is conflicting with Raq's operation. And as we learned throughout season 1 and 2, it's all about Raq. But this was a feisty conversation where all of Raq's frustrations came out, including how she got it wrong in killing Scrappy. But I don't think she was wrong with some of the things she did say, although Lou has proved his loyalty to Raq, and he made that clear by telling Raq he's done what needs to be done. But with Raq's clear focus this season being on expansion, Lou's music studio has definitely conflicted with the family business. And even though I would love nothing more than for someone to have an happy ending in power, we will probably know that will never happen, which is why Lou is in denial. You can't leave the game, and even if you think you have, you're going to be looking over the shoulder for the rest of your life. And Lou's problem is, he hasn't listened to not just the warnings from Raq, but also Jessica, and that's something I'm going to come back around to later on in this video. But the situation Lou found himself in at the end of season 2 was definitely self-inflicted, because Crown continues to haunt Lou from beyond his grave, which forced him to make a deal with another devil in Cartier, which wasn't the smartest of moves, especially when you have Raq, who made it clear from day one his music studio was her music studio, which is why she'll always own Lou. Nothing he ever touches will be his own. They share everything and everyone. So the only way Lou can ever free himself from the stranglehold of Raq is if he kills her. Very similar to something Joe Proctor once told Ghost when he wanted to go legit, and something Tariq St. Patrick also had to do because Ghost was in the way of his future. But very similar to Ghost, just like he's haunting Tariq St. Patrick in Power Book 2 Ghost, Crown is definitely haunting Lou. And again, just like Ghost, you can try and leave the game, but you'll always be looking over your shoulder until something or someone pulls you back in. And in Lou's case, that's Raq. She's never gonna let him leave, and so the game seems to be Lou's destiny, but instead of accepting that fact, he's in denial, and he's been forcing something that will never be, especially considering Bulletproof Records was dirty to begin with. Now, season 1 started with Lou being introduced as a right-hand man to Raq, and as a man to get shit done, and get shit done right. But the game-changing moment was when he had to put down D-Wiz, and he wanted out of the game ever since. And no doubt, it clouded his judgment when he missed Worrell, but Jessica's influence definitely can't go unrecognized.
Music is a product. No different than the product you selling around the way. She's gonna die or go to prison, you're gonna be right there with her. You got the label. Bounce on this drug shit.
Lou's talent was music, because back in the day he used to spend a lot of time at the music studio with his father, but while he managed to muscle his way into owning 50% of Bulletproof Records with a debt-to-equity swap, Raq did warn him his money is her money. At Lou's showcase, Lou wanted everything to be clean, just like he wanted Bulletproof Records to stay clean, but whatever Lou put his hands on was dirty.
We share everything and everyone. Nothing that's mine ain't yours. And it works the other way too. Your shit is my shit. For example, your recording studio. Yeah, it's my recording studio.
So this is where Raq warned Lou from the jump. His record label was her record label, and nothing they ever touch is clean. It's all stained, which is why not only Bulletproof Records was never going to be a way out of the game, there was never going to be a way out of the game for Lou regardless, not unless Raq was dead. So I mentioned how Jess was someone who was pretty clued on, and so in season 1, it finished with Jessica actually warning Lou in the season finale, Raq will end up dying or go into jail, and if he can't find a way out, then he's going to be right there when she does. So as we entered season 2, can we really blame Jessica for looking out for herself? Because in this game, everybody's out for their own gain, and she was someone who understood the game, either ends up in death or jail. So she looked out for number 1, which is something you have to do in the world of power if you want control over your own destiny. But Lou's destiny has and always will be in the street game, because it's the life he signed up for a long time ago, and now there is no escaping. But in season 2, he did try. He put a lot more effort into the music studio than he did in the street game, at least at the beginning. He was late to meetings, and you could tell, he just didn't give a fuck. But with Lou trying to be his own man and trying to do things his way, he soon found out the world of music requires you to be different. And that's why for all of Crown's faults, he knew what he was doing in some aspects, not so much others. But Lou's patience was definitely wearing thin, with Crown's meeting with the DJ, selling the mixing board, and sleeping with Jess. But the game-changing moment was when Crown stepped to Raq, which put the wheels in motion for Raq to own a share of Bulletproof Records.
Crown, he asked me to help him move you. Said you wasn't no good at that music shit. That you was just getting in the way.
So Raq telling Lou that Crown stepped to her to have him removed from the label was a very clever and deliberate chess move, because Raq wanted Lou to kill Crown because she's a master of getting others to do her dirty work, which is a principle from the 48 Laws of Power. But why did Raq want Lou to kill Crown? Because his share of Bulletproof Records would automatically transfer over to Raq. But let's have a look at the moment where Lou really snapped.
All you are is Raq's baby brother. That's all you ever gonna be.
This was a moment where Crown crossed the line, but the truth does hurt, because Lou's been trying to get out from under Raq's shadow ever since season 1, just like Jessica said he could, but people around him continue to see him just as Raq's baby brother, and nothing else. And so Raq's chess moves removed one of Raq's pawns, leaving her with Crown's share of Bulletproof Records, which she needed to purchase her house. But we do need to question Lou's decision making. I just made a point of how Lou wanted to be his own man, but he did something which was the complete opposite when he avoided making a deal with one devil for making one with someone who is arguably worse, Cartier Duns for Reed. And where we talk about Ghost making moves beyond his grave to control Tariq St. Patrick, in Power Book 2 Ghost, it definitely is the same case, where Crown seems to be continuously haunting Lou from his grave. The death started to catch up, and he had to make a deal with Cartier. And just like in episode 10, he learned Raquel Thomas was now a shareholder of Bulletproof Records.
Specified that in the event of Mr. Camacho's death or incapacitation, his portion of the company would be offered to this investor for purchase at the current valuation.
Raq would gain Crown's share of Bulletproof Records in the event of Mr. Camacho's death, and this was the catalyst to set up that epic showdown between Lou and Raq. It was a series of chess moves made by Raq, which allowed her to take the one thing which was Lou's, although she'd argue it was hers to begin with, because she made it clear from day one, Lou was funding the label with the money she was making, and yet he asked for more in season 2. And we do need to say, Lou's moves weren't calculated at all. Despite him wanting to be his own man, he can never escape Raq unless he does the unthinkable, and we all know what that is.
Was I up in my own shit last night when I lit up them Jersey motherfuckers? Or was I up in my shit when you had me hit Kanan's boy? Because I for damn sure wasn't up in my shit when we put down Scrap.
Lou made a point of how he's been there time and time again, from D-Wiz to Jimmy to the drive-by as well as Scrappy, but he didn't put down Scrap, Raq did, and in comparison to Lou, Raq's taken that loss and the wrong decision, and she has to keep moving forward, because that's what leaders do. But Lou's face said it all when he learned that Scrappy wasn't the snitch. Now, what Raq said in this scene was harsh, but it wasn't wrong either. She's sick and tired of doing this shit over and over again, because Lou doesn't understand he's living a fantasy, and she did warn him way back in season 1, there really is no leaving the game, and whatever they put their hands on is dirty. But what she told him at the end of season 1, she took it one step further.
You know, I keep waiting for you to figure it out, Lou. To see what's as obvious as the nose on your motherfucking face, but you ain't never gonna see it, so I'm gonna have to say it out loud for you. Let me make this shit real simple. I own you.
So this brings me on to season 3. Are we gonna get another gut-wrenching conversation between Lou and Raq? Or will Lou finally accept his destiny lies in the street game? Or does he pursue this career in music? Or leave town and start fresh? It brings me full circle to the beginning of this video. The only way that happens is if Raq is dead, and so unfortunately for Lou, I don't see a happy ending for his character. It's either gonna end up in death or jail, just like Jessica foreshadowed, and Crown's corpse may just continue to haunt him in season 3. So drop all your thoughts down below and let me know how you see this playing out in season 3 between Lou and Raq. And of course, if you are new to the channel and you haven't done so already, then remember to smash the subscribe button if you want to see everything Power Book 3 and Power Universe related. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.